so we just start with idle banter. Fuck! Oh my god. This episode. Why do I have to start with idle banter this time? Maybe we should just start.
Because I'm eating a cookie.
Why would you eat a cookie at the start of the podcast? I'm like, hey, let's record. We don't have a lot of time, and you eat?
Continue.
God damn it. What episode is this? 16?
16.
Welcome to RWBYCast 16, the hypest fucking RWBYCast ever.
What was the title of the episode?
I don't know. I was too busy going, oh, God, it's so good. well, starting the episode again. It is called Black and White. Okay, that's fitting. Not really. No one gave a shit about Weiss this episode. I know I didn't.
Definitely not.
Alright, so let's just fucking... Okay, so we joked about it last episode on how it didn't make sense. Like, 2 days had passed, and now, like, fucking Wukong's like, now you're talking. And it was exactly what we said.
I forget, what did we say? I don't remember this.
We were just saying how Ruby was like, we haven't seen her since Friday, and now it's Monday. And Wukong, and then Blake are having tea, and Blake's like, so you want to know more about me? And the fucking episode begins with fucking Wukong going, finally you talk! You haven't said anything other than idle chatter for like fucking 2 days.
I have no response to this.
I'm actually kind of happy they said that. Oh my fucking... Oh! So Joey, this is the first time you saw me watch Ruby up close, outside of the... Well, no, you didn't even see me watch the first episode, because we were in like different parts of the read at RTX.
Yeah.
How was it? Tend to lose my shit, don't I?
Yeah, he tends to lose his shit. Also, I watch Ruby very differently.
He pauses.
I will, like, in the middle of the fight scene in this thing, I would have paused. I would have typed, like, more notes than I have.
What am I, poor? Oh, okay. Where do we begin? Well, we were beginning with the tea, and then fucking Weiss, and showing that she has absolutely no remorse for what happened, and Penny's still there, and then the fucking meat of the episode, Wukong and Blake. It really isn't that romantic. It seems more like buddy-buddy, but you can see there's kind of a thing there.
Yeah, but we're shipping them now.
No, I'm shipping them so hard. I'm literally taking a knife and just carving Sun Wukong and Blake Belladonna in my arm.
He's literally doing it. I can see him doing this right now.
It's fucking great.
Stop. Put the knife down.
No, more blood must be shed to appease Monty.
Okay, so last on one of the YouTube comments was by Flaming Haze 17, long time friend of
the podcast.
But yeah. Anyway, he brought up the point. He said a lot of people in the podcast or on the subreddit, the sticky note, whatever, was Penny is basically Pinocchio,
and that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, and then this episode,
I want to be
pretty much confirms it, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's wait until we talk about that part.
Yeah, we'll get to that part because Brian is so fucking hyped up.
Penny's okay. So go to the fucking. They're basically. I wanted to say Michael. I wish you never told me that was Michael because I would have never noticed. Basically, Sun Wukong uses the really broken logic of let's go do the thing that they would think they would do, and if there's not them there, then they aren't the ones that did the thing. And somehow Blake just deciphers that immediately. So, fucking, they go to the thing, and all hell breaks loose.
And honestly, pretty much what I think everyone was expecting was they're gonna get framed.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Yeah, so was I, and I also thought Sun Wukong was a part of the White Fang.
I was expecting betrayal and framage.
Yeah, I mean, the first scene when they're all sitting in the tea cafe, they were like, Blake was like, "Do you know about the White Fang?" And he's like, Wukong is just like, "I hate the White Fang. They're blah blah blah." I'm like, and later on I said I thought he was part of it. I thought he was just like acting, just try to get her, like her side, like what she thinks of it.
A lot of the characters in RWBY are actually pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
it makes it because we're so jaded. We're like, no, that guy's gonna betray everybody.
I'm still expecting a lot of betrayal.
Yeah, I am kind of still too. So, well, by the way, we're not going to be talking about the rest of the season in this episode because we're saving that for a 17-hour podcast next Tuesday.
Yes.
When we have more time. Well, right now we're a little pressed for time.
And then Blake actually did come out and say she was part of the White Fang, but he's like, There's something I'm a little confused by. So the thing is that Blake says is like, oh yes, I'm part of the White Fang. I used to be a part of the White Fang back when it was peaceful, and then they sort of explained the purpose of the White Fang before it became what it is currently.
Yeah, it was basically it was a fucking.
It was like a fauna activist group.
Yeah,
they basically fought for the rights of faunas
with protests, but then
with like peaceful protest, and then like another 3 people came in, and then I'm guessing one was male. He didn't have any.
I didn't understand what those 3 people were.
Yeah, they were just shadows, but like one of them on the left had cat ears.
Yeah, so like one was cat, one was a fauna, one was a human. The middle one was I don't know.
Well, no, I thought the middle one looked human because they had no discernible features. The one on the right, I think, had a tail as well.
But like, what was the middle one supposed to represent? I thought that represented the White Fang. Why was this person human then? I don't know. Maybe we're looking way too much into it.
Well, also the thing is that they had no discernible features because, like, it was just black and white.
Yeah. Man, child Blake is adorable.
Brian, we all know you're a lolicon.
Dude, you are an old man con. Child Blake was fucking adorable with her stupid picket sign and her yelling. Shut up. Yeah, it's totally platonic.
There is a slight... Oh, sorry.
Don't bump the mic.
Bumping the mic.
Stop bumping. Just go.
Anyway,
I need to talk about things.
The whole Blake quitting thing kind of confused me a bit because it was like... basically, Blake quit when the old leader stepped down and the new leader stepped up and was the violent one. And she said, like, oh, I didn't want my skills to be used for the violent part. Yeah. And so that assuming that was 5 years ago, and she said she quit at that time. But if you go to the trailer, it doesn't look like she's 12 years old.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I was like, I think they might have said that like she quit later on, but it was like, so she probably like, but at this point in time, it looks like would have probably quit like a year ago, but so that means she would have been doing all this violent stuff anyway.
Well,
I know she had a change of heart, but
it seems like she was doing bad things, but they were non-violence. At least from the trailer, if we're talking about the trailer purely, she was totally fine with jacking that train shit, but she was totally not on board with harming passengers.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe she tried doing more activist type of stuff afterwards, but, you know, when it turned more violent. Man, we really need Adam to come into the fucking show soon so that we can figure out what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then Torchwood comes, and he's all suave-ass villain, and he's great. He's, like, literally the only villain in the fucking series so far, outside of Cinder.
Yeah, who shows up to the very end.
I'm still hoping that Cardin's gonna be bro to fucking Jean at one point and save his ass. We still have the festival. So Lindsay on Twitter was saying, we are so totally unorganized, but Lindsay on Twitter was saying that this is the end of season 1. I thought the reason these things are called volumes are because the seasons are split.
Yeah, that's
kind
what
of
I
like
thought.
every hour-long TV show ever, where usually seasons get split. Especially the whole ending to this makes it feel like that. Oh, I'm skipping ahead. All right, so fucking Torchwick fight scene. Fuck, that fight scene was so good. So it's obvious the fucking Torchwick knows how to fight because we never saw him fight beforehand. All he did was shoot 2 flares at Ruby.
Yeah,
explosive and then fly flares. A ship. So he's got multiple flares that have multiple effects and multiple colors.
I'm guessing that's dust related.
What type of fighting style is that keeps the sword so close? It wasn't fencing, was it? I was calling it fencing.
Yeah, you were calling it fencing. It was not fencing at all.
I feel like that's...
I mean, it could be like a collage of different fighting things.
But like keeping that blade so close to your body, I know it's a type of sword stance.
When
you wrap it around your body. I've even been taught some of that before. But
Eskrima?
You know what? I should know if it's Eskrima.
You should.
Because I learned Eskrima in the Philippines.
That's like it's the only thing I can think of when it's like spinning around your body.
It might have been Eskrima. Maybe that's why I noticed it so hard. So Blake is okay. This is pretty much the first Blake only fight scene the whole entire show because
Brian,
she
as far as I'm concerned, it's only Wukong.
No, fuck you. That was great. So I had an argument with Joey a while ago. Not a while ago. Well, a couple episodes ago.
Like a week?
Blake's shadow clones actually being shadow clones. Because Joey would argue, no, they're after images. I'm like, no, because they have mass. They move when they get hit.
Yeah, it was during the Nevermore,
yeah.
Yeah, the Nevermore, that giant bird in episode 8, I think.
Yeah.
Where, like, it was sort of like a frame of, like, her jumping off, I guess, the after image.
Yeah, she kind of, like, kicks off the after image. And the after image flies back a little.
Yeah, I didn't, like, believe that. Like, I didn't really see that happening. But
Brian, watch it frame by frame like I do.
Yeah, I pause it and type notes.
So yeah, fucking I keep calling him Carter. Fucking Torchwick punches Blake's shadow clone, so I'm pretty sure that these after images have some type of mass. Maybe that's her semblance. We still don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Anyway, Wukong comes out with exactly what I wanted, but more. He's got a collapsible gun staff that doesn't shoot forward, but shoots vertical, so that he can slam his staff into people and pull the trigger and hit them.
Okay.
When he fist pounds the ground and does a shockwave with the bullets, and then they collapse into nunchucks with multiple barrels.
Admittedly, what I thought it was at first was, I'm guessing it's a very versatile staff because it's like when he brings it out, it's like 3 pieces. So I thought it was just like a tri-staff or whatever that's called, and then it breaks into nunchucks, and then
so it's like a 4-piece staff.
Yeah, and then it's like the pieces of the nunchucks are very closely resemble like old-fashioned pistols, like pirate pistols.
Pirate pistols with kind of a Chinese flair on it.
Yeah.
But he just completely overwhelms Torchwick without even trying, spinning his fucking nunchucks while just pulling the trigger repeatedly. Blake takes him out at the end, but again, I said this before, I'm getting tired of Blake being saved.
I don't care.
Especially by guys.
I don't care.
Pierre was never saved by a guy. Whatever, she's still best character. With her adorable fucking cat ears. Okay, here's a question. No, there's no question, because we should really have more order to this. Just keep talking about the episode before I start dishing out questions.
Yeah.
And then fucking Penny is just, I'm combat ready, assholes.
Yeah, Penny, definitely Pinocchio. I don't think she's a real girl.
No, she wants to be a real girl, though.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Blue Fairy character.
Who?
And Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, yeah, her.
Okay, so her power is definitely based off of the fucking power from Kyrie / Nominee in Dead Fantasy episode 6. With the floating blades! Which is probably based off of something else, but I can't think of it right now.
Well, the thing is that later on during that fight scene, what you see is she throws like her swords at the ship, and attached to those swords are strings, like marionette strings.
So how is she?
Which is a puppet.
Yeah, she's definitely Pinocchio.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's where I thought it was coming from, the hovering. Like, she has like something in her chest, I don't know, back.
It was weird. It was a fucking hammer space in her chest. So she's so unbelievably broken compared to everyone else because of the fact that somehow pulling down that ship, even though the strings are attached to her, she was the anchor point and somehow had enough mass to pull down the ship. Whatever. She also, that fucking circling blade, double fist, laser beam Hadouken was the greatest thing. I never know that I wanted something like this, but then it happened and I wanted it.
I don't even know where to go for that.
I'm doing that at my wedding. And she just, who's Skyping me? Shut up, I'm doing a podcast. God damn it.
Do not disturb.
I should have done that. My God, Penny's, man, Weiss, you're gonna get your ass handed to you at this fucking festival, because not only is Penny totally stronger than Team Ruby, but that's one of her. This is the 4-person team.
Mm-hmm.
One of their own robots.
And
Team Beep and Boop Bop.
Yeah, I don't know what, but like the whole tournament thing, I think it's 1-on-1, like with Cartman and Jean and that thing.
Okay, so we're totally. that just seems... The only reason that seems weird to me is it's 4. How do you break a tie?
Well, I mean, I guess it's like they can switch out and stuff.
Yeah, the whole concept of having a 4-person team is weird.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But anyway, like, I mean, like, it could be, like, what was that video game? Like, Tekken
Tag Tournament 2?
Yeah, I guess where, like, you can choose 5 characters.
Tags. Oh.
And then they can just continue fighting until they lose.
You were talking about the Lost fucking, what was it called? We used to play that all the time.
Yeah, we did.
Where you would pick a roster of 8 characters, or you could tone it down.
Yeah.
But, and then you would fight, and then if your character loses, then the next character in your roster comes up, but the next person's life doesn't get recharged, or just gets upped a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it's like whoever runs out characters first loses. I guess, yeah, I could see a tournament like that.
Yeah. We're very disorganized.
We're horribly disorganized.
I know that was one of the comments.
Yeah. I will promise. You just want to say that we're doing a season 2 of this?
We're doing a season 2 of this?
You said you wanted to!
I didn't know!
This wasn't by my hand!
I thought it was! You're the one who's like...
You're the one who offered to edit the audio!
Well, Brian.
Well, Joey.
I was joking.
You were like, I want to learn how to edit audio.
Yeah,
I'll do the podcast.
Yeah, I'll learn how to eventually.
Whatever, let's keep talking.
Yeah, so... Yeah, Penny, Laser Beam, Sword, Heavenly Sword,
so good.
Pinocchio, blah, blah, blah.
The hype is shit.
Okay,
just talk about the ending.
No. The leash.
Oh, the leash, yeah.
I don't even know really to begin with. It's like torture, like when they were all in the Schnee, I guess, shipyard?
Whatever.
Yeah, the shipyard. That's where those containers. One of the ninja guys came up and was like, one of the minions. From
the White Fang, yeah.
Yeah. Or like, that's not a leash.
He's holding twisted cable wire.
Yeah, he looks like he's holding like a wire from a bridge, like those cables that hold it up. Looks like he was holding one of those. And he was like, that's not a leash. What are they doing with trying to find a leash for? It's like...
And if they're looking for a leash, and the substitute was a fucking giant metal cable wire, then whatever they're using that for must be fucking big.
Yeah. So
we theorized that that somehow one of the things involved in their master plan is controlling creatures of Grimm.
Yeah, I don't really know anything else that they could use.
Obviously, it's used on an animal.
Yeah.
Animals in the whole world are normal animals, technically fauna, and then creatures of Grimm.
Yeah.
So you're not going to use fauna, so...
Yeah, I don't know.
Ending.
Okay, oh wait, Blake and Weiss make up. Oh well.
Yeah, it's like, we knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Conclusions in this series aren't very like we see them a mile away.
Yeah, I'm like, this could happen, but this is way too simple. It should be something else.
Yeah, we don't often get twists in like anything.
Yeah. I'm always expecting like betrayal and all this stuff.
Yeah, we're really jaded. We just expect all this shit to go bad. It's almost refreshing to see something this straightforward, and where Game of Thrones, everyone's betraying everyone.
Have you even watched Game of Thrones?
I got to episode 2 last night.
Okay.
slowly getting through it. I'm also marathoning through fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender right now, and that's also filled with betrayal. Man, yeah. Zuko just betrays everybody.
Yeah, so anyway, the credits roll and there's a singer, I think you call it?
Stinger! Yeah, that's the correct nomenclature for a little part of the video after the credits of something. You know, like Marvel movies are known for having stingers.
Also, I just want to bring up the fact that Jessica Negri voices Cinder.
Joey totally saw that. I was just like, hurry up, credits. I want to see the stinger. And Joey's like, no.
Well, yeah, I'm just like... Because the thing is, with the credits, like, you can always tell who is in there and, like, what their names are. So I was like, wait a minute, Cinder... Because, the thing was that they had the entire... They had, like, the Jordan Swears. Swears, he didn't have any animation, so it was the entire thing for the volume. And I'm like, Cinder, okay, that's the name of the girl. She never talks, why is it saying Jessica Negri?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, the Stinger.
Stinger, man. So if you guys didn't watch the end of the episode and left at the credits like shitlords, I always watch the credits because I feel like that is respectful. Go watch the end of the credits and come back. Okay, you're back, sweet. Fucking, it turns out that Torchwick is not pulling all of the strings. It is actually Cinder who is pulling most of the strings.
Well, she is pretty much commanding Torchwick, and Torchwick is like making all the plans himself.
The fact that Torchwick is a sub-boss is the coolest thing ever, because Torchwick didn't seem like the sub-boss. Torchwick seemed like the boss. Especially since he was telling Cinder what to do in episode 1. He's just like, go beat up that Huntress.
Well, it wasn't really go beat up the Huntress. It was like Huntress, and then she just gets up and leaves. Because I think that she's the one who can control fire and all that stuff.
The whole dynamic of a boss flying the plane for your lackey seems weird to me, which is why I never made that connection.
Well, I think she wants to like sort of stay out of the limelight, like
the
spotlight, because like Torchwick is a very apparently like he's
famous villain.
Yeah, because he was on the news. They had like a mugshot of him.
The shit-eating grin.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like, and then it was 3 people, not the same 3 people as the people who took over the White Fang.
The same 3 people that I assume are in the fucking opening.
Yeah.
With Cinder.
I originally thought the guy would like look like Ren or be related to him. He doesn't look like anything.
Everyone thinks that guy was Red and Nora. Everyone did for the longest time.
Yeah, no, I brought up that theory, and I was like, I came up with that theory on my own, and I'm like, oh yeah, everyone thinks that.
Man, all I want to do is talk about the next season, but we can't.
Yeah, I don't really.
Yeah. I have so many things I want to talk about. Alright, so episode ended. I guess we can I don't know what I want to say for the retrospective. I don't know what the fuck to call it. Special season 1 overview.
I'm not sure if I want to do this for the retrospective thing or.
Well, just say what you want to say now and redo it in the fucking retrospective.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna say like, when do you think like the production is going to begin? Because they like laid off all of their staff.
No, they didn't lay off all of their staff.
Most of
the staff was under contract, and their contracts were used up. There's a difference. Layoff means that they fired everyone. Contract means that they all completed their jobs in a timely manner.
Okay, yeah. So I guess they're just going to renew the contracts.
I assume they'll renew the contracts when they start up. I assume Monty right now, it seems that Monty's just doing a bunch of technical things, at least what he's posting. Redoing some rigs, testing out some new animation techniques, like with Yang's hair and the free-falling ragdoll physics. It doesn't seem like he's doing much of the, like, creating new characters. He hasn't talked about it, at least, but he doesn't seem like he's doing new characters or new places or fight scenes. And I'm sure Monty and Carrie still have to write season 2.
Well, apparently they've already written up to season 3.
Fuck! Really? All of it?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, like, there's probably, like, the major points.
Yeah, they probably just did all the plot, but haven't written, like, dialogue and shit.
Yeah, dialogue, probably not.
Man, writing dialogue, much harder than writing major plot points.
Well, I mean, like, one of the things, like, I think it's Bernie said this about writing Red versus Blue. You put all the characters in a room and see where that goes. When I picture all the Red versus Blue characters in a room, I can very easily come up with a conversation.
Yeah, but can you make a conversation between Red and Blake?
Red and Blake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I can't.
I can. It's just Blake isn't talking.
Yeah, that's not a conversation. But Red wouldn't be talking either. He would just be polishing his scyther guns.
Yeah.
And somehow that is funny in itself.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Red and Blake are the ones who don't really talk. They don't really need to talk.
I really want to do this retrospective, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Okay, so question of the week.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm saving all my thing for the retrospective. I decided that now. Question of the week. We should come up with one because this is the last question of the week for a year. No,
yeah.
Well, half
like,
a year.
Like 9 months.
Yeah. So, should have thought about this before, Joey.
Well, you brought it up in the middle of the podcast.
No, we're almost half an hour in, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, like in the middle of the thing, you're like, question of the week is going to be this. I'm gonna wait. We're gonna save it until the end of the thing. I'm like,
Did I say that?
Yeah, yes you did.
Man, past Brian sucks. I don't remember what the question of the week was gonna be. What I did want to bring up is the fact that nope, gotta say that. It was about basically how Yang has absolutely no character development this season. But I want to save that for the retrospective because
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really have nothing. I'm like, one of the questions I was going to sort of bring up that has absolutely no meaning. We were sort of just watching like the beginning episodes, and attempt to watch all the episodes.
Well, I was.
Yeah.
You were watching, I don't know, Guessing Mexican or something.
Yeah, I was watching YouTube stuff, but I was paying attention. I was like, one of the things was like, do you think Ruby's friends are gonna be like show up at some point?
Yeah.
From like from Signal.
My phone's going off.
Brian, very unprofessional.
No, it was professional. It was a Ruby soundtrack. All right, so my question of the week, and I guess for the end of the season, well, we have one more episode, is what is the best weapon in Ruby? Because right now, the fucking nunchuck gun staff is pretty top tier. So is Pinocchio blades. But I feel like those are way too broken because of the fact that not only are they a physical weapon, a projectile weapon, a floating weapon, they're also a beam weapon, and she seems to have unlimited amounts of them. And they can pull down ships. They're awesome, but they're way too powerful.
Oh, I also want to bring up
Sorry? Keep going.
God damn it, Brian.
No, I'm not a common writer. Just keep going.
Anyway, I don't think we talked about Gestapo.
Gestapo?
Isn't that Pinocchio's, like, creator?
Isn't that, like, some type of Italian dessert?
I'm also thinking of...
Geppetto,
that's who it is. Gestapo is actually the SS Nazi thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I love about Geppetto.
Yeah, Geppetto is, basically...
Go on.
I didn't bump anything, Brian.
Go on.
Anyway, basically... What's his name?
Geppetto.
I always want to say...
Geppetto.
I'm always thinking of Gestapo, but Geppetto... Basically, I'm calling out the person who was like, it's not your time, when Penny is being in the car and being driven off.
Alright, counter argument. Monty said that all the characters are based off of other things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they follow everything in that character's story. So, Penny doesn't actually have to have a maker or caretaker involved.
Yeah, but like, there was an actual name during the credits. I forgot who it was, but it was...
A bunch of names we didn't notice. We didn't, like, know who they were.
Yeah, there was, like, Russell something. We were just assuming it was Cardwin. But the person who was basically, I think, Penny's, like, caretaker was played by Alan, who is motherfucking boss, apparently. According to everyone who's not Bernie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I forget what their name was, but... Anything about that? Do you have anything?
No. I honestly don't think that we're going to see, especially if you compare it to every other character's like fucking lore so far, no one has followed anything in their lore. Ruby fought a wolf once, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they fought wolves, yeah, and all that stuff.
Yang fought bears, Goldilocks.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. There's nothing that connects anyone to their lore.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
It's not like Wise had anything to do with Seven Dwarfs or fell asleep.
Okay, here's the question. You said you want, like, the question was favorite weapon?
Best weapon.
Okay.
Favorite weapon.
I'm just gonna add. I'm gonna broaden that and say, who is your favorite character, weapon?
You know, that's a good last question of the week.
Yeah, I mean, like, cause like. Yeah.
Favorite character.
Favorite character and your favorite weapon. They don't have to be the same person or thing.
Blake and nunchuck staff.
Wukong is tied with Professor Port.
Okay.
And Wukong staff.
Really? I thought you were going to go with the blunderbuss axe.
Tied with the blunderbuss axe.
Like, do you mean tied like they're as cool as each other? Or do you mean if they tied them together with duct tape, they would be the greatest weapon ever?
If you tied them together with duct tape, they'd be the greatest weapon ever.
Same thing with Wukong and...
I mean, it'd be like a battle axe with his fucking nunchucks
Dude, thinking of him just swinging around a fucking blunderbuss axe. Oh my god. Oh, that... We should talk about how we feel about the end of the series then, I guess. That'll be the last thing we talk about. I am so unsatisfied in a positive way that all I want to do is spend another $700 and go to Texas and fucking watch the first episode of RWBY. Because this was not the climax I wanted. I'm totally fine with the last thing being Blake and Weiss. I'm totally fine with this oddly anticlimactic but kind of climactic battle. But I am not satisfied because the main two players were new characters. Torture got away. And kind of nothing happened in terms of the story outside of them figuring out that Torchwick was the bad guy, but they already knew that Torchwick was the bad guy.
Yeah,
and they confirmed that the White Fang are actually being shitlords right now.
Yeah. So, I'm basically like, meh.
Meh? Yeah, you are usually like meh.
Yeah, I'm like, it wasn't super satisfying, but like, I was okay with it.
I would have rather it have ended on a cliffhanger.
It can't end on a cliffhanger. I wouldn't be able to take it.
Nothing in Rooster Teeth has ever ended in a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I would have rather had ended in a cliffhanger, but for the lack of cliffhanger, I am super excited for season 2.
I don't want to say anything. I'm going to save it for the retrospective.
Okay. Well, that's the end of episode 16 of the RWBYcast. Sometime on Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm not sure, I'll be putting up the retrospective, which will probably be decently long. At least an hour, I'm thinking about it. If we can go a half an hour on one episode, I'm pretty sure we can go an hour on the whole season.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like, pretty much all my stuff has been used up.
Yeah. No, I got so much shit. So if anyone, again, although this is the last episode for the season outside of the fucking retrospective, and we'll probably be doing, like a week before type of thing for season 2. Like, we'll do like an episode 0 for season 2 type of thing, where we'll just like talk about shit before episode 1 comes out. Thank you for listening for what has been 16-ish type weeks.
Yeah. I guess.
Well, we did have 2 double episodes, so like 14 weeks. We read all the comments. We really like everything that you guys are saying. We take everything to heart.
I don't take everything to heart.
No, we take everything. You motherfucker. We take everything to heart. We take everything to heart.
The only thing that I take to heart is Professor Port and Sung Wukong.
We'll talk about any changes we're going to make in the format next. Dude, I'm getting so many messages on Reddit on people that want to be a part of this, but it's like, we have a shit schedule already. How hard would that be with another person who's not in the same state? Fuck.
Don't worry. You guys will be able to. I may retire.
Are you... Don't...
No, probably not.
No, I'm getting way too much fame.
I have a podcast.
Alright, thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you, and good night.
Yeah, bye.
Boop.
You had to get one more in. How do I turn this off? I have a touchscreen laptop.